live.
Yeah.
Okay! Woohoo! Hi!
So many people.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome. Okay! Woohoo! And the stream is not muted. And bye. Okay.
Okay. Wait, so
Okay.
did people hear us, or?
Yeah, they did. They heard us twice.
Okay.
I heard double.
Hello, everyone. As you can see, we are more than the 5 mere people that we usually are. We are now 6.
Mere, excuse me.
Mirror, like mirror dimension, like mirror universe.
Like meerkats,
Like mirrored
but mere
image?
people.
Like mirror people.
I've
More
got nothing to
people.
chime in on with this one. Rob fucked himself over. That's all
Remember?
you want to
You're like meager.
I was trying to.
Here.
I was trying to just emphasize the greatness that is Blue Jay.
Yeah. I'm less.
I mean,
mirror
that's
than all
true.
of you.
Yes. Welcome, Blue Jay.
Yay.
So if you can't tell already, we are the Hot Mess Express. Also true. We have the full team here plus a guest. So welcome the old and the new and the rest of the crew.
Hi, I'm in America.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
That's true.
I'm so fucking clever.
Are you
What's
calling
borrowed?
me
The question is what's borrowed.
She's calling you borrowed.
Right. Now we gotta talk
My
Our time.
heart,
We're
which
living
we're all
on borrowed
borrowing. Borrowed time. There we go.
Why can't we ever
our
have
bodies
nice
are borrowed.
All
I'm-
right.
You are watching the Misscliks channel on Twitch.
Sure, yeah.
YouTube.
Or YouTube. And if you are new this evening, this is how it is. And if you want to catch up on any past episodes, if you like what we do this evening and you want to kind of go back into the story and rewatch some of the other stuff, you can do so on our YouTube as well. So if you scroll down below the stream, you can click on buttons and things to go to YouTube and Discord and subreddit and all that kind of stuff. I am Rob. I am at Ishtarwins on Twitter, and I am Alorian, the High Elf Arcane Trickster Rogue of the party. And Jess, who are you?
Hi, y'all. I'm Jess. I'm an artist. Follow me on Twitter at Silden. I am Alizarin Crimson, the Tiefling monk who has a little bit of an attitude, maybe, and really likes to eat stuff and is getting kind of sick of punching things, actually, and just wants to, like, chill most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brett.
Mhm.
Hello, it's me, Britt Wiseman, in real life and on the internet. At least on Twitter. On Twitch, I'm Cheerhex. And I'm also Zisa in this game. I'm a Dragonborn druid, and I like making friends with people, and I believe that collaboration is the key to success. I was gone last week because I was last week it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And the week before that, I was in Korea. But I'm back now. Next week, I'll be coming straight to you from Thailand. And I'm happy to be here. So, yay! Next.
Tia.
Yay!
It's never going to happen for me.
I am Tia, or Calithra, your formerly dark elf who had a massive attitude problem and superiority problem, and it's now Calithra, the high elf, who has no idea who she is. Normally I put a discretion of I'm not my character because she's mean. We're still going through some mean transitions, but it's looking like Calithra is starting to see the light. Unless, Loth comes back and tells her that she loves her and she's sorry that all of this happened and she totally meant to resurrect her first as a drow, but I
know you did just ask Law to apologize.
I know. maybe a little bit.
This is why you fucked up. Blue
I
Jay
know.
for you.
Whatever. I loved her with all my heart and she turned her back on me. And that's me. So go ahead. I'm still not bitter or anything. This didn't happen like 4 seconds
I was
ago.
still your ass back this week. Keep playing with me. Blue Jay.
Hi, I am said guest, Blue Jay. I'm Blue Jay on Twitch and BlueJ_712 on Twitter. And in this game, I am Maribel Ellis Ray Sienna Rowan Garrick, also known as Step the gnome wild magic sorcerer. And I'm badass and awesome and the best around and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nadja, who are you though?
Everybody knows who the fuck I am. My name is Nacho Tikor, aka Trista Ray. I am the DM of this show. All hot messes are my fault, and I own them gladly. This is the campaign of my dreams. Hot mess coming and going. That's kind of what I'm about. So, when last we saw our friends, our crew, they had just they fought some wormlings, killed them because that's what PCs do, and then you got to Portsmouth and you snuck in through the sewers and you met Timur, the elderly man who walks really slow and talks a lot. And he was telling you about the bug siege. And I think he might have mentioned a thing that he had that was keeping them out of the city proper.
Mhm.
And you guys did a teleportation spell to summon Zisa. And you got Zisa and Zisa's snakes and Zisa's Uncle Al and Ogre. Winifred is also there. Rosebud is also there. Everybody's in Timur's place having a party. That's where we left off.
Yep.
We brought everybody together, which is good because you're gonna need it.
It's very crowded and I'm very short, so that's
True.
the thing.
So we've had a chance to rest then, since she's joining us, when the teleportation stuff has happened, or are we just still kind of like it happened in transit?
I think we can do. Probably you'll get a rest in before you guys fight. I do want to see Zisa showing up with all of her friends, but before we do that,
Okay.
beliefs and instincts. Let's have a refresher because it's been a little while. Starting with Alorian.
Alorian, his belief is that Calithra could now be useful to me since she's no longer a drow, and that I should help her when I'm able to. And that, and then also my instinct is do what I need to do in order to ensure the safety of the world, and so that I can then afterwards avenge my family.
Elizabeth.
Nice. Instinct. Eat all the food. If there's food, eat it. Food is very yummy. Food is God. Belief. We don't need to rush back into battle. Those bugs kind of freak me out. We've worked super hard, and maybe it's time to take it easy.
Zisa.
Yes, my new belief is new recently is collaboration with each other and others is the best way to succeed. And my instinct is to try and help and befriend others before we murder them.
Before or instead of?
Well, if we can't befriend them, then usually we murder them.
Let's be real.
Befriend them and then murder them.
Yeah.
Remember when Alorian wanted to rob from the rich and take from the poor?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Befriend them instead of murdering them, but if they
It's-
won't befriend us, then like we end up killing them.
It's not my fault that Nadja turned all the poor people into infested bug monsters. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure you were the one that was like, we could just leave. Like, we don't have to deal with this. So
I was gonna say, Rob, I'm pretty sure you were the first one that was like, yeah, can we just not?
I'm poor, okay? I don't have anything to give to these people.
Whatever, this motherfucker sitting on hella gold.
You have
Caliph.
so much money.
My belief is, as this moment, to be deathly afraid of spiders, as she previously believed that spiders somehow had the ability to give messages to Loth. And my new instinct, DM permitting, my belief rather, is to secure the safety of my soul before I go back into death. Having transitioned once into the afterlife and seeing that I had a whole lot of not fun stuff for me there planned, due to pissing off Loth, I need to either appease my current goddess or make sure that just however my soul is secured going into the afterlife, because she's afraid. She doesn't want to be tortured from ever and ever and
It's
ever.
understandable.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
And step.
Step's instinct is to spread the word of how awesome and smart all gnomes are because they're not dead now. At least, everyone knows now that they weren't dead the whole time. And my belief is through study, hard work, and research, I can solve all of the world's problems.
Lovely. Yay! So many people. So yeah, you guys summoned Zisa. And from Steph's perspective, we see Zisa, who I think Steph has met before, pop into
Yes.
view, along with an ogre.
I met the ogre.
An ogre, yeah, 8 snakes, and an Allosaurus.
What does an Allosaurus look like?
It's a dinosaur that kind of looks like a T-Rex, but it's cooler.
Oh, Uncle Al. I was wondering. I was like, who the fuck is Uncle Al? I remember.
They're like bigger than T-Rexes, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very large. They're the things, weren't they the things in Jurassic World? The one
Does it
that
even
was
fit
giant?
inside this room?
He's kind of cramped in the corner. Like he was sitting down anyway to play concentration with Zisa and the rest of her friends. But now he's kind of like super cramped. But
I
yeah,
imagine he sits like the cats sit, and cats sit like people.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah, like right on his butt.
He's
Yeah.
just like sitting and he's like, hey guys! You want to play concentration with us? Long time no see. Hey, Steph.
And she's
Yeah,
just
this is
like
Uncle Al.
she's freaking out. I'm assuming that those aren't common. Even if they were, she's been on a floating city for most of her life.
no,
Right?
dinosaurs are rare.
Yeah.
Okay.
The entire party's wondering at what point in Zisa's life she ever saw a dinosaur.
I saw them in my past life. I've decided that I reincarnated and back in the day when dinosaurs were more closely related to dragons. That's when he's my uncle. So that's my explanation, okay? It's really rock solid.
I'm picturing
You just, I'm just freaking out, and you're just like, it's my uncle.
I'm like, this is my very, very long ago, very distant related uncle Al. I summoned him back when we had to fight a mind flayer, and I just thought it'd be fun to hang out more because I haven't seen him for a long time.
At the mention of a mind flare, if I'm not already sitting against a wall in a corner and slumping down, I proceed to do so, just
Yeah.
and just kind of sit there depressedly.
Did they tell you about that step? Did they tell you about the mind flayer?
No.
Mind flare ate my brain real good. That's how I died, and it was extremely painful and unpleasant in every single way possible. And then Loth basically told me I was useless and was going to torture me.
Yeah, Uncle Al tried to help fight the mind flayer, but failed. He can't see very well, but he's really nice. So, this is my group. This is Ogre. Have you met Ogre? We met Ogre in a dungeon. We almost killed him, but we decided not to. He's really nice. Ogre
He's a good guy.
Hi.
hi.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? What's up?
When Calithra slinks to the ground, Alorian goes over and sits down next to her so that he can comfort her in her time of worry.
I put my head on his shoulder knowing that he's empathetically reaching out to me, and I'm kind of learning the concept of emotion, so I accept his empathy and rest my head on his shoulder and
Aw.
Where
Ogre
is Seymour in all
crouches
this?
down in front of you and it's like, who are you?
I look up at him feeling like a flash of the old Calithra just come into my head for a second. The idea of stabbing his eyes out while he asks me who I am is briefly entertaining. And I go, I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
Oh, I like friends.
This makes me so happy. Everyone's
Meanwhile, Timur is hiding under a table with his head covered with a fucking dinosaur in his
I'm looking over and I'm seeing how happy Zisa is, and I'm seeing how happy this ogre is, and I kind of looking around at everybody else, and I'm trying to you know when you're in a room with people you don't know and you're just like trying to stand there and not be awkward and say things. So I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
not
you-
depressed about my life at all. Like, yes, totally.
Are you sure that thing is safe? Maybe we should not have it inside the room.
Ogre or Uncle Al?
Uncle Al.
Oh, he's fine. He can hardly see. He's very sweet. He's old.
He's a nearsighted dinosaur.
He's like sleeping right now. He's like, he's just napping. He'll sleep for like a little while. I have to poke him a little bit and hold his tiny little hand. 'Cause he
Uncle
can't
Al
see
like
anything.
snorts uproariously and then like settles back down.
And I just
He's
give him
really
a
getting a heart
pat.
attack.
Just give him a little pat. Pat, pat, pat. Good, Uncle Al. He's fine. I'll take. Don't worry. He'll just. I conjured him, so he's not going to do anything bad. He'll listen to me, so it's okay. It's totally fine. He's super harmless, and Ogre is like the nicest ogre you've ever met, and he's just along for the ride. He's very sweet.
Right. Well, we have to get out from under siege, and I just turned to Timor like under the table, and I'm just like, we have to
And he's
not
just
be
like,
in this room with a giant like dinosaur. Like, can you take control of this situation, please?
It's okay. It's a nice dinosaur.
And he kind of like he like opens his eyes wide enough that you can see one of them under his like massively bushy eyebrows. And he's just like, "What have you summoned into my home?"
Oh, they're our friends. It's okay.
They're fine.
They're here to help us.
Do you want me to prove to you that they're not going to hurt anyone? I mean, look at them.
He snorts.
One's napping, the other
What are
one's-
your snakes doing?
They like to kind of like jam out.
They're still playing concentration.
Yeah, they're probably just still playing concentration.
We have to remember that in the war against evil that we are still vastly outnumbered, friend.
I would like to remind everyone that all of my friends here are very powerful and they will help us with this siege situation. So do not be afraid of them. Even if you are afraid of them, don't worry. Even if you are worried, they're going to help us fight things. So keep that in mind.
I watched Lisa kind of like dance around the room with her explanations and about how everything's going to be like all happy and fun. And I just think like for a brief moment, my heart opens up and I'm like, man, I missed her. She's crazy and she loves her fashion. And she always wants to make friends at like the most annoying times. But she does have this way of just brightening up the room. And I look at her kind of in awe for a moment of like this big bouncing energy of light and love that she is, and feel like the goddess is speaking to me and trying to talk about the power of friendship and happiness and love. And I stand up and go, well, we should go. There are people that need our help.
I don't trust that. This
And I help
dinosaur is
Alorian
not
stand up if he
gonna
wants
try
it.
at all. So can I use detect thoughts on it?
Do you want me to just send him away for now? I could conjure him again
Are you
later.
detecting thoughts on the Allosaurus?
Yes.
He's
Really nothing there.
He's having a dream about like you get an image of a dream and like he looks down and he's a younger Allosaurus and in front of him is a very, very nice lady Allosaurus and he's reminiscing.
Okay, so he doesn't have any tearing people apart thoughts in his brain at the forefront of his mind.
No, he's having a very pleasant dream.
Okay.
Can
so
I
do
roll an
that.
Arcana to know what spell she's casting? Or do I, like, what do you do with schools outside of magic when you're trying to figure out basically the general
You
idea
can roll
of what they're
Arcana.
doing?
Since it has a verbal and somatic component, you would see her casting and you might
I have no idea.
You're like, this gnome is making wiggles and making sounds.
Oh, you're so cute. You wiggle though. Look at your little body and your music and your dancing.
Did the people that we met in the sewer come in as well with us?
They're standing outside. Like as soon as the spell started getting casted, they're like, "Yeah, we're
Well,
good
did they take notice of Winifred? I mean, you said she was with them, right? I mean, was there any interaction between Winifred
Oh
and
yeah,
them?
Winnie's here too.
Oh yeah, Winifred. They absolutely knew Winifred. They were happy to see her back. You probably would have realized via their conversation that they're also part of the Mercenaries Guild or what's left of it,
Mm-hmm.
and so they would have caught up on like other mercenaries and what the Mercenaries Guild is doing in Portsmouth during the siege and like how their patrols and stuff have been going.
Okay, what I'm gonna do when they start to go outside, I'm gonna notice how well Calithra stood up, and then I'm going to get up myself.
You're like trying to get Elorian to stand up, but his face is level with your butt, and he's just like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, I just figure that
Um,
he's tired and like needs the help, so I just try to help him more. One of those like anime where he's like staring at my butt to help out, and then I bend over, my chin
Right.
in his face, and I'm like, "Oh, I see that you additionally need some help to get up here."
How do you help him with your butt in his face?
Well, because I'm like bending over, and you're grabbing to like everybody like this, and like you're about to lean over, and butt's like sideways with you, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm doing this all wrong. I'm sorry," and then you like bend over anime style like this, and then you're just like, "Let me help you."
I need to watch more anime, I guess.
Oh, that's how you do that.
Chat, please clip that.
Please don't.
All right, so I read the minds of the thing, and I'm like, okay, Timor, she's right. We're good. It's not going to kill you.
Oh,
Fine.
yes, this is highly unusual. Highly unusual. He like crawls out from under the table and dusts himself off. It's highly unusual. Yes, well, dragon-born woman.
Yes, sir. Mr. Man under the table. What's up? Timor.
I'm called Timor. What is your name?
My name is Zisa.
Zisa. Yes. Well, it is. It's been very interesting to meet you. But yes, we have a siege underway, and
Yes.
now that we have everyone here, we should probably talk about the circumstances. I suppose he's still a little flustered and like not looking at you.
I just give him like a pat on the shoulder, and I'm like, yes.
He kind of flinches a bit, like, oh yes.
I kind of jostle him like a little too much. Like he's just like smaller than me. I'm like, it's
He's
okay.
like obviously rattled. He's like, yes, let's go to a bigger room and we could discuss our.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Lead the
So-
way, sir.
He takes you to like a bigger, like maybe like a dining room or like something with like a higher ceiling and more space. Uncle Al, unless you wake him up, is gonna stay sleeping where he is.
I'll just leave him napping there, and I'm like, come on, Ogre, and I grab Ogre's hand, and then I just tell the snakes like it's time to go, and the snakes are like, they get a little, and they just start like snaking. Let's go. They're ready.
So everybody makes it to this room. You sit around this big table, and he stretches out. He rolls out this big map of Portsmouth, and he says, "Yes, excuse me. This is the situation as it stands. So Portsmouth, as you might intuit from the name, is a port, and the Kyrianseles agents are sieging us from Whitebridge, which is across the channel. Whitebridge, although it is not in the name, is also a port. So they have some ships. I don't know how they commandeered it. I really don't understand how they took over Whitebridge so quickly, much less anything else that's happening over there. But they periodically come with these ships and try to invade via the port. Yes. And previously, they were also surrounding us on the land from some, what I think was some sort of headquarters to the southeast, but that's stopped now. That's good. But we still have this problem. Ship. They keep telling me they're ships, not boats. We still have this problem. They have gone a little quiet recently, but we suspect that they're being crafty and that this is in preparation for a larger strike. So your appearance here is timely.
Oh no.
When we came up to the city, it was still under siege. There were goblins and bugbears and all sorts of creatures outside.
Yes. There's obviously still a problem, but it has decreased. This is less of a problem than the boats. The boats are a large recurring problem. Yes.
You light them on fire.
Yeah, do you have any catapults?
well, no, those are being used on the other side of the city to keep the land problem at bay.
Mm.
Boat problem. And the boat problem is also, like I said, it's been quieter recently, but I think it's in preparation for a larger attack.
We have resurrected the goddess of life. Avant is with us now. We have no reason to fear. We will help you punish the scourge, push back Curiosity, and retake your homes.
That is excellent news. I was hoping that you would say that very thing. So, I think it would be best if we take this brief moment of respite and you prepare yourselves to defend the port. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Would any
okay,
ladies like to join me in song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us
I'm still
pray.
so shocked.
Let us pray.
Let us pray.
And
Do we burst into song like immediately?
I looked down and
Love, Avant is great.
kitchens are food. And while you guys are like
Trying to like sing over top of you as like we're standing around this gnome who's like trying to like get out between us. That's what I'm imagining.
I go
This is-
outside.
Of course.
I go outside and start talking to the mercenaries and Winifred about more tactical conversations about what needs to happen and what's where.
Yeah, as much as I want to pray, I would also like to strategize. So
I need only to pray because Avant guides me. So
Step, what do you think we should do in this situation? Like, let's have a conversation over here on the side.
okay, let's not be
Yeah.
loud.
I mean, as much as I love fun, I would also like for you to know that I also think we should have a strategy. So,
We'll go Wololo over to the side.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So basically, if Timor is still there, I'm just like, okay, let's get some food and let's talk about this.
Yes, yes.
We were just journeying for a while. I want food, man. Anyway, oh wait, they're under siege. They might not have a whole lot of food. Maybe some, rehydrated, dehydrated meats or something.
Yeah, you might get some like hardtack.
Anyway, so like, I guess I would ask him what they've experienced in previous attacks, and if he's most concerned about the boats, then I want to know as much about the ships. The ships. I would want to know as much about like how many they usually see and like what's on them and like how they attack and stuff like that.
He would tell you, well, the problem with the ships is that these creatures can fly, so they stop their ships out of range of any attempts that we can make on them, hence our catapults being on the other side of the city where they could be good. They stop their ships a reasonably far distance away, and then they send these flying creatures in, and we typically fight them with archers. Yes, yes.
How far away is far away?
Out of reach of a catapult, certainly. Is
that a distance in feet, sir?
I guess I have to look up. Is there even catapult goals in D&D?
is there would be more war machines, I think, that you could probably look up. War machines in 5th Ed.
I mean, obviously it's out of the range of a longbow, right? Is what we're saying.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's far.
So they just hang out. Do you have any boats in the city with which to perhaps flank them?
Or ships.
Or ships, sorry.
Vessels.
Vessels.
Yes, well,
Transportation devices.
we did, or do, rather.
Floating apparatus.
You understand that we would like to preserve what boats we can, because in the event that we need to sail away from our beloved city, it would be nice to have an escape route. So we have not sent them into this bug offense.
Mhm.
So is our best bet to stop them before the flying creatures are able to make their way toward the city? Are we trying to stop them at their ship?
That would be good.
How many ships do they usually come with at a time?
Oh, anywhere between 3 or 6. They don't understand. They pack them full of bugs and these creatures. They're really just transportation for
Have you tried sending someone across the river to disable the boats when they are docked? The ships when they're docked.
anyone that we've sent to Whitebridge has not returned, unfortunately, and we hesitate to send more of our fighters into the fray.
I understand that.
But as I've said, there haven't been any ships in some time, so I fear to think what will come next. But we shall find out.
There's a likelihood of doing combat on the ship then. Okay.
Have you? I ask if he's come into contact recently with anyone named Willie One Eye.
Willie One Eye. That sounds
He
like
was-
an unsavory character.
He was a ship captain.
Willie was our friend. I'm not there. Never mind.
Yeah, you're praying.
I'm singing and jamming out.
Willie One Eye. There has been I hesitate to say this if this person is indeed your friend, but there is rumors of a drunken lout that has been in the city for some time.
Okay.
Not that I can begrudge him his drink, of course. It's a very difficult situation, and not everyone has the mental fortitude to cope, of course.
We turned him into an alcoholic.
I mean,
You're-
ship captains are usually alcoholics.
Okay. I was gonna say, he was pretty together.
It's not all about you. Question mark.
Can you? I ask if you could give me the name of the tavern that he saw him in.
Yes. The Limping Willet. Yes.
Fucking Willie.
So good.
So I guess I
Got
turned to Zisa and Lorian, and I'm just like, it looks like we have two options, basically. Either we wait here and try and fortify and attack the bugs as they come at us, if they come at us, or we go across the river and try and sneaky and see if there's anything that we can do to
Well,
make it an attack.
we have two issues that we're dealing with, just to remind everyone. We're not only dealing with just the bugs on the ships, but there are 3 portals in this city that are currently putting the city under siege as well.
And there are 3 portals in Whitebridge.
Oh, they're in Whitebridge and not in Portsmouth.
Right, they're in
Okay.
Whitebridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where they're coming from.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That's where they've always been coming from, yes, Whitebridge.
So,
Oh, okay.
should
Then
we go to Whitebridge and try and close these portals?
right.
Well, oh,
It seems like unless we have a very long-range method of attacking, they've already done what they can to shut down these bugs from Portsmouth, and they've been very unsuccessful.
Yeah.
We are very powerful, but we can only take what they throw at us, and if they haven't been attacking, then
And we don't have use of the ships, so it's not like we can go out there and prepare further out for their attack.
Well, I was thinking, so if Willie One Eye is here, because he's motherfucking crazy and will do anything for a coin, most likely. He could take us potentially in the night, not all the way to Whitebridge, but close enough so that we could potentially assault all of the ships at once.
do we know if these bugs are susceptible to daylight or stronger in the evening time at all? Lots of evil creatures are susceptible to daylight.
the only ones that I've seen were at night.
I look pointedly at Calithra when I say this stuff about evil and daylight.
Are we still singing, or am I in the conversation at this
You
point?
guys are just praying.
Okay.
Yeah.
We fought some
In the
outside
daytime.
in the daytime before.
They're basically awful any time of the day.
Yeah.
The way that pizza bites are delicious any time of the day.
Sure.
What is this
Bagel
pizza you
bites.
speak of? I'm very hungry.
Bagel bites. Isn't that the bagel bite jingle?
Yes.
Anyway.
I asked.
I will sing
Break
it.
out all the
Today's
time.
version.
I mentioned that when we fought the Red Dragon Whelplings, that Calithra's flame spell was quite impressive, aka Fireball. And I asked Step if she's able to do anything like that.
I did not ally with fire. My powers are more towards the thunder and ice, but I can throw an orb of any element if necessary.
Well,
I have flame.
what range do you have on lightning then?
Lightning. The 100 feet long.
Wow.
So technically, I'm thinking that either by fire and lightning, we should be able to stay on the boat, get within about 100 feet in the darkness, maybe approach from a flanking side of the city instead of straight ahead. And we have 3 spellcasters that can each cast fire and or lightning at least 100 feet or more.
And lightning sets things on fire when it touches it, so.
Correct.
I have
Right.
lightning and fire.
Right.
So we're not actually remaining concerned about the keeping their ships whole.
Well, he's gonna try and pay Willie.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to be on Willie's ship.
yeah.
I assumed the ships that we'd be destroying are White British ships.
Okay. Well, everything burns and gets reborn.
I mean, you
eventually.
can build more ships at this point. We're trying to save the
Yeah,
world.
we can build more ships. Fuck it, let's blow some stuff up.
I'm not super great at swimming.
We have water walking. It's fine.
Okay.
I also have a dagger of buoyancy. I can go and get you. I don't know how to swim though. Interesting.
But we have water walking. It's fine. We're on our own boat anyway, so unless like they learn how to
I can
breathe.
turn
For
into
the
a
worst.
seahorse too if I need to. I can turn into a seahorse and carry you somewhere.
Okay. A giant
Also
seahorse, not a
that.
little mini seahorse.
I mean,
yeah.
we don't have to use this plan. I'm just thinking that like going in the night to destroy the means to which they're traveling over here would be helpful. We don't
That'd
have to.
probably be, like,
We don't
step
have.
one.
We don't have to stay there. We can just like do it and then turn back around and come back.
I mean,
But-
perhaps we could even land on the opposite shore and reconnoiter. Is that a word? I'm pretty sure that's a word.
Yes.
Yes.
So try to
Question.
sail in quietly at night, no lights or anything, land on a shore somewhere,
Do what
probably
they have
off
been
away from the city, and then fight our way in as kind of like a super covert operations team.
I mean,
Not
they
if
have
we
obviously
step up,
been,
they're gonna know we're there.
Okay.
they've been doing something different than just sending bugs on ships. They've been stopping that. There's something that's going on. Either
It's
they're
probably safer to do that than try and sneak into the city and close the portals.
All right. Well,
I just think that we will have to go to them if they are not coming to the city.
I'm totally okay with I believe that taking the fight to them is long overdue and that they've been able to spread their plague on this land for too long. We should all take rest and make haste.
Well, it seems like we should definitely get rid of the boats, one way or the other, because if they could cross the channel without them, they would just be flying across the channel. So apparently they can't fly that far for that long of a distance at a time. So,
At
maybe
the very least, we should disable their method of getting here. Agreed.
right, because
Yes.
that's the biggest way that they can escape is by boat apparently. So, one way or the other we need to destroy the ships either way.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go to the Limping Willet and talk to Willie.
Well,
Cool.
Willie.
We're there.
Whirler. I go outside. Well, we're already outside. I ask one of the mercs if they can guide us to that tavern.
Yeah, the woman whose name is going to be Eustace. Eustace nods and she says, yeah, the Limping Willet. Yeah, it's down by the docks. I could take you there. And
Cool,
the
thank
docks.
you. Please do.
Cool.
you guys boogie on down to the Limping Willet?
I think I would first ask Timur if they have rooms for us to stay here or if we should find them elsewhere. And if he's like, oh, yeah, we're full up, then we'll check at the Willet. Okay.
Oh, I am. Well, I can put you up. Yes, if you're going to save our city, that of course. I cannot. The dinosaur though will have to find alternate accommodations, but the rest of you, I can put you up.
I
All right,
think
well, we shall return later.
we may or may not. Does the tavern have accommodations as well? Because if something does happen while we're in rest, we should probably be closer to the action already.
Yes, the Limping Willet has rooms, of course. Yes, yeah. I believe your friend, your disreputable friend, One-Eyed Billy, stays in one of those rooms. Yes.
Great. So we may or may not be back.
The idea of staying at a tavern of ill repute does not sit well with me, but we will decide that later.
Sure.
Cool. Let's go.
I go as I have another Calithra flashback to being in the castle and throwing out demands at people to ready baths for me, and I smile and think, yes, ill repute. We should be comfortable. A little bit of greed slipping into my voice as I trail to the back of the group and alone with my thoughts once again.
I trail to behind the back of the group.
Behind the back.
Behind the behind.
Is your instinct always watch that booty though?
I think we might need to make that up to you.
Take like a roll per save booty once per day.
Survive long enough to save the world and watch that booty though.
I'm pretty.
I'm pretty.
Okay. Right.
Is the guy walking with us as we go to the tavern, or is he just like, see you later?
Timor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Timor is like, I have no business at the Limping Willet. But I wish you the best of luck.
As my companions are going out to the door, I kind of look at Elorian and I'm like, just give me a second. Like, get off my booty for 1 second. I need to have a private conversation. But not like quite so rude. I'll be right with you. And I go over to him and I kind of in a hushed tone say, have you heard of other lands surrounding the area? Do you know what's happening to other people? Is this blight only here?
Other people? Well, as you might imagine, I've been a bit preoccupied with...
Of course, you're helping so many people, and your soul is so beautiful and so kind, I say, looking up with him with big, admiring eyes. If only there were more people in the world like you, perhaps Avance would have never had to be reborn in the first place, and we wouldn't be suffering all of this terror. Thank you for being so brave. I have a deeply personal question that I must ask you.
He's turning like bright red by now.
I look down at the ground and I look back up. Have you heard word from the nations in the Underdark? Have you heard anything from the Drow elves?
Underdark, my goodness. My lady, what do you take me for? Of course I've heard nothing from the Underdark.
I have my own personal fears, and they're for the safety of, she thinks to herself, myself, my friends. And if you could at any point find any information on what's going on down in the deep depravities of the Underdark. I know you are so very, very busy already, but if you could help me, I would be so thankful. Can I roll like a persuasion or discussion to make this guy like go out of his way? Okay, like go find for me information, friend, please. Please, persuasion, bam. Yeah, that's pretty
nice.
He looks down. He's still blushing a bit. And he says, "Well, for a lovely young lady such as yourself, I'm sure I can endeavor to do my best to understand what's going on in those regions." Yes.
You're so sweet. And I lean in and I give him a little kiss on the cheek, and then I turn and I flip my long blonde hair over my shoulder and I skip off to go up to my friends.
He like turns like brick red as you skip away. So, you guys go to the Limping Willet. I don't know what a willet is.
I don't know what a willet is either.
Is that a word or did I make that up?
I feel like that's like somewhere where that owls live. Like
either way, this one's limping.
Oh no, it's a bird.
It's a burb.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was like an ocean, some kind of ocean related.
Oh my god, I am so good at naming dockside taverns. I didn't even know I was this good at it.
I thought you knew it. You like. That's kind of sad though. The Limping Willet. It's like a hurt bird that decided to stop at a bar and never leave.
That's a good description of its denizens as you step in. There's a bunch of like literally salty old men sitting at the bar.
Do I notice Willie? Anywhere in the bar?
Willie is sitting at the end of the bar and he's telling some like complete horseshit story
about how he lost his other eye.
Yeah, a pirate.
I feel like he just continuously makes up different stories for how he lost his eye.
This time it was fighting off an entire horde of pirates by himself.
I
Do
tell
we
the
know
group.
how he really actually lost his eye?
Lorian.
I've asked him in drunken conversation actually about 5 different times how he lost his eye, and he's given me 5 different stories. So
Yeah, we
no,
don't know, so we
no,
don't know the truth. I really
no.
want to find out.
One of our mutual friends though told him that one night in a drunken stupor that he was going through, his ex missus um, gouged out one of his eyes with her thumb.
Damn.
Wow. Well,
Hence the
That's intense.
hence there being the ex missus.
The jealousy level is over 9,000. Did you go and see that tavern wench? No, honey, I didn't. Well, you're not gonna now.
Right.
Literally, you'll never see her again.
That's some misery shit. All right.
I'm
Well,
kidding.
Willie is telling a story very loud, and people are like, and then what happened? Then what happened? Get this man another ale. I need to hear the end of this story. And it's party time in the Limping Willet.
I need to get myself an ale.
Agreed.
I start to wedge my way through the small crowd surrounding him. Not from the front, like from the side or the back side of him, so that he doesn't
You
see
don't
me.
you don't do anything from the front. We understand.
Giggity. Giggity.
Ooh. I just stand at the entrance of the bar, like I'm always made to stand at the entrance of the bar because I'm always too big to squeeze in anywhere. So I usually just stand and wait for my friends to come tell me what's happening. So I've gotten to the point where I'm like, this is the drill. So I'm just like, when we walk in, I'm just like, I let you guys keep walking, and I just stop and I'm like looking around, like this is where I stand.
Ogre goes to move past you.
No, we wait here. They'll bring us beer.
Oh.
Aw.
Yeah, we're too big. If we went up there, then everyone else would have to move, and that's not very nice. So we just wait.
Oh.
But that's okay. We can people watch. Look at all the people around here. We just watch them. If they look at you, just smile and say hello.
Can I like wrestle over like a stool, like big table that they could at least like stand next to the door? You know, like those people. Yeah, so they have like somewhere where they can, and then I'll bring them drinks because
Thanks,
I
Calithra.
kind of
Ogre
bad.
like looks at his like little to him mug of beer and he sniffs it and he says,
Just
This
sip it.
smells-
Just sip it.
bad.
Yeah.
Can I give like the bartender just like a gold or two and just be like, can you take care of my friends? They don't want to disturb your patrons.
Is he like,
there's,
you
like-
take care of?
We see through his eyes and we see like this golden, beautiful elf woman, and he's like, "Yeah, I could take care of your friends." And he looks past you and he's like, "What the?"
We're just like, hi.
That's so good.
My buddies are like right over here. How
Yeah,
much?
my girl starts
Is a
playing.
gold piece gonna be enough to cover it? Like I don't know, like how
We're
fancy.
just gonna sip our little beers.
Yeah, I'll just give him a
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, he'll take it and not give you any trouble for
Okay.
bringing a literal dragon and ogre into his establishment.
I mean, they're not actually.
How things are done.
And a strange snake infestation.
I mean, he can't even see that. He's
Right.
like that's like way below the level of like ogre in my fucking bar.
How are like the people feeling about us traipsing through and coming here? Like,
Most of them are like enraptured by Willie's story.
okay.
The ones that are not are very preoccupied by fucking ogre being in the bar, and if they get past that, the dragon sitting next to him is still fucking with them. So they're just like normally when adventurers walk in a bar, everybody looks at them, but they're really like, but what the actual like we're already under siege. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm just like, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi.
Can I like go over to a Lorian and like notice that everyone's like super distracted, and I just like tug on his whatever his shirt is and be like, who's the person you need? Like, I'm very little and I could get over there like really easily.
Well, how large is the crowd around Willie? I assume that it was just like maybe like 10 people.
I mean, you can push your way through. Like, it's not impossible.
Okay.
You're not trying to get to the stage at a Beyonce concert.
It is impossible.
I look down and I let her know that I've got it, but thanks. I don't want you to get trampled by this mob that's so enthralled by his story.
I have a feeling she's not going to let herself get trampled.
She'll just like electrocute the entire party.
I'm stronger than you think, like 2.5 feet tall.
I looked at him like, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No, you're so cute and tough. Yes,
I would totally offer for you to like sit on my shoulders, but I know that would offend you, so I don't.
I like rustle her grass hair. I'm like, yes, you're so cute. Yes, you are. No, okay, but so I go up behind Willy One Eye, and I kind of with one hand take out a coin pouch and kind of slap it down on the bar to kind of like to the side of him, and slap my other hand on his shoulder.
And he stops in the middle of his sentence, and then I chopped his arm off. Elorian.
When he looks to me, I'm just like,
yeah, I was telling a story. You're in Portsmouth. That's great.
We need to get to the other side of the channel, so let's wrap this up. And
Didn't I bring you here in the first place? You got to make up your mind, boy.
Yeah, you did. No, we need to go back.
Well, let me finish my ale at least.
No problem. I'll in fact buy you another.
Excellent. Like I was saying, and I chopped his arm off. He goes back into his story, and it's like this, like,
I let him finish this
like blood squirting craziness.
I let him finish the story, and I like wave the bartender over and get the beer, but all the while still keeping like my hand on his shoulder, and just wait for him to either slur into conversations that make no sense, or wait for him to finish his story.
When he's finished his story, I actually want to sing for the bar and the patrons because they are going through a time of strife and unnecessary
performance check
stuff. Yeah, and I want to like a happy song about how everybody wins the day and everything's gonna be okay.
I leave the entire city.
I'm gonna go full on brain wheel on you. What is your intent? What do you want to accomplish?
Teleports out.
My attempt to accomplish here is to, one, be the center of attention because that's still deep burned in Calithra, and two is to actually inspire them that things aren't so bad. It's gonna be okay. There's the dark before the storm, darkness before light, togetherness, and everything.
Do you ask? My question is if you ask Alizarin to play music. While you sing.
I honestly always feel like Alizarin's ready to chime in, so I don't ask her, but like I know in my heart she's just gonna be like. I would like to note that if I fail on my roll, that I would like to use my point of lucky because I feel like this is super important to me. And performance.
Yes.
I'm so glad that I said that I was using lucky.
No, wait. She's helping you.
Oh.
So you get advantage on the roll.
Are you?
That's why I was asking you.
Okay.
Are you Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Sweet.
So,
anytime any of you start singing, I will accompany.
Okay. There will be many.
Jess is like, let it be known.
Like, I am stating this.
I'm so ready for this.
Yes.
So yeah, Willie's story gets drowned out as everybody.
No, I wait politely for him to finish.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that much.
So once he slurs into like insensibility, you start singing, and like all these salty old men get up and start like doing a jig. Bar. Like the whole place is hopping, and Ogre like claps like really slowly off.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sitting next to Ogre, and I'm like, good job.
Uncle Al tries to clap but can't.
He's still sleeping.
Uncle Al is not there.
I did not bring Uncle Al to that bar. I know. I'm friendly, but I'm not stupid. Okay. My intelligence level is extremely high.
I go outside the bar and try and get as far away from the noise as I can without actually like endangering myself.
Yeah,
I'll
Steph,
just tell you on your way out, I'm like, grab the snakes and take them with you for protection. And I just like yell at the door, I'm like, go with her.
the snakes like slither through, and you can track their movement by people going like, "Oh, what the fuck?" There's snakes.
They're just
So
like
it perceived to be
surrounding you.
me
and-
trying to run away from the snakes that are being told to run after me. Yes.
But Steph, you go outside, and like you can kind of hear like the music or whatever in the background. But as you're walking, you feel like this deep vibration in the dock underneath your feet.
Can I
Should we go to break
so
on that?
we haven't rested yet,
In a
have
minute.
we?
No, we have not.
And
So is it a vibration like it feel like I detect magic? As a ritual, I sit down and I do it.
That takes
think-
10 minutes, I think.
Let's see,
Do I have 10 minutes? They're singing forever, I'm guessing.
I would. Well, you don't detect any magic.
Okay.
You do feel like you feel this like one really strong vibration, and as you're sitting there getting ready with your ritual, like this oncoming tremor starts to strengthen, and the water like starts to do some weird bullshit, and the greatest GM horseshit of all time is about to come up, and you don't want to miss it. So we're gonna go to first
That's not
Oh my
over here.
break
I'm
time.
so
Okay, team. We're gonna go to our first break of the evening, first of two. We will try to make it really short so that you can see what's on the other side of this break, because I'm sensing some high levels of GM.
I
bullshit.
release the Kraken. That's what I'm feeling here.
Okay, so we'll be right back, team. Go get food and drink. We're gonna do the same, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, God.
We're gonna die.